We're talking about daily fantasy football. We get questions all the time. What is daily? How does it work? What do you do? I don't understand. Well, this is the video for you. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about how DraftKings does it. So Brent, give them a little bit more about DraftKings.
Sweeping the nation daily, and it is. I love it.
Everywhere.
It's so much fun. So if you're watching this video, you have some interest. So why don't you just go ahead, log on to DraftKings, use the promo code when you sign up, FSD, or follow the card, link in the description below. Deposit at least $5 before the start of the NFL season. We'll give you a t-shirt, and DraftKings will give you entry into a free contest that you'll know all about after you watch the rest of this video.
It's a win-win. How can you go wrong? So what is daily fantasy? Basically, the bare bones, you have a salary cap. You can play each week. You can pick a completely different team. And each week, DraftKings will assign every single player that you can pick from a dollar amount. And that dollar amount can change from week to week, but once that dollar amount is set, it's set for the week. And you can build a team, build a regular fantasy roster. As long as you're within that salary cap, you can pick whoever you want. So if they have a great week, great. But then you start all over the next week. So if you got to go to a wedding, I have 2 Sunday weddings this year.
Oh.
In October. What are these people doing to me? If you got to go to a wedding, you don't have time. Yeah,
Thanks for watching the video, YouTube
Pick it up the
people.
next time.
So you're right. You have to go to the wedding. So you have that cap that Dustin's talking about. On DraftKings, it's $50,000. So they will assign X point value to Tom Brady for that week. And let's say he's playing, a cupcake defense. He might go for, let's say $7,000 or $8,000. So that comes out of your cap. As far as the settings go, when you're looking for scoring, it's the fantasy settings you know and love. Everything's it's a 4-point passing touchdown, the standard rushing yards, 1 point for every 10. If you watch this video, you play fantasy, you understand that. Thing to note, it is a PPR league, so all of their leagues are point per reception. There are no kickers, gotta love that, and there are bonuses for over 300 passing, over 100 rushing.
Now the thing you're going to definitely familiarize yourself once you sign up is the lobby. That's where it's the giant list of all the contests that you can join, and it can be kind of intimidating at first, and I think one of the best kind of ways to describe it is kind of talking about craps and just how in-depth it can get once you start playing the middle and all that crazy stuff. But it's very easy to just learn how to play the outside and play the numbers, and you can get in and then learn all the other crazy stuff later. But there's some things that you need to learn about. Guaranteed prize pool. That's basically there's going to be a set prize pool, and even if the league doesn't fill up,
that's the contest you hear about, right? You're gonna get $1 million. You're gonna be a millionaire.
They're very hard to win, but the payouts are huge. Ridiculous. Way better than playing the lottery. That's how I like to put it. And then you got leagues where it's head-to-head, where you just play one other team. Then you got leagues that are 50-50 leagues, where basically half the people in the league double their money, so those are fairly safe. Then there's multipliers, where you can win times 2, times 3, times 5, times 10. So, depending on how many people are in the league, the odds change in terms of how many people get paid out. Then you got ones where you can qualify for bigger tournaments, so kind of like poker, where you do the satellite ones to get into the big thing. So obviously, and the list keeps going. There's a lot of different choices, a lot of different types of leagues.
But those are the simple ones, right? Those are the ones you need to know. So just think of as far as how you use it, you log in, you click a contest based on whatever that contest entry fee is. That's what you're kind of betting, if you would. And then you fill up your roster, right? You fill it up, you hit submit, you go on. Then you enter another contest, you can fill up a different roster. You don't have to stay in the user roster every week. And the thing that I love about DraftKings, you don't have to do any other research. All of it's right there for you. They tell you right on whenever you're picking somebody, here's how much they're going to cost you, and here's what their average fantasy, how many points they put up on average this week. Then there's another thing where they have the defense they're playing is ranked 30th against quarterbacks. So if you say, I want to, a guy that doesn't cost as much is playing a weak defense, you can do that strategy as well. You can all do it there. They even have, if they're questionable, doubtful, if they're out, a little bell comes up, you click the bell and says, you might want to change this guy.
Exciting.
Daily is so awesome, and DraftKings makes it so easy. It is by far the superior daily fantasy.
And once you have your league, your team set up, you can have one that you really like. You can just use that same team and just put them in like 5 different contests. And a lot of people that I talk to that get big into fantasy, and I'm one of the people too, you'll have your your risky team, which you like to put
Dustin
into.
loves the risky team.
You put those into the big tournaments.
That's
'cause
true.
Those are the ones that, you know, if you're going to win a big tournament, it's because you really hit a home run with a couple sleepers that a lot of people didn't pick. So you're picking all these Danny Woodheads of the world, hoping that they blow up.
Everywhere.
I
But he is PPR. He's sneaky.
I always
as
work him into a video. You know, so those are the big ones. And then you have your safer ones, the ones that you do for the 50-50s, and the ones where you pick a little bit safer just because you're just trying to double your
And
money.
one last thing, really fun, sign up, use the promo code FST, and the first 50 contests you're in, what DraftKings does is you can play your first 50 against other beginners that are also early, you know, in their first 50. So, you know, that's the way, your first 50 contests, you're feeling it out, you're a little intimidated, all these guys know so much. Well, you know what? You're on the same playing level as everybody else in these beginner contests. It's just that they thought of everything.
I mean, we could talk about...
We can. And I'm doing a weekly video to help you win every
doing a weekly
week.
Video. There's just so many different things. There's so many different ways to play, and it's... And there's actually people... I mean, FST Mike is like this. There's actually... Most Sundays, he cares more about his daily leagues than he does about his season long, because you get money
and you get
right
paid,
away.
and they pay you in like 3 days. It goes directly into the PayPal.
You use PayPal. You don't even have to put a credit card.
Ridiculous.
You use PayPal. It's a lot of fun. If you sign up, we pretty much guarantee you're going to.
Oh, you're gonna love it. It's like drafting a team every week too.
If you like fantasy,
Who doesn't love
like
drafting?
Check out all our other videos. Go ahead and sign up for DraftKings using FST.
Woo!
Got questions?
Daily.
Fill in the forms. And subscribe. Hit
Where's that
subscribe.
button?
Subscribe. So many papers.
The first 2 were so good, and I just choked. That one was a floater.